I'm Sarah, and we are both from Colchester, and this is
Jordan.
and we are Mr. and Mrs. Faff of Team Faff.
Okay, so Team Faff coaches.
Indeed, yes, and obviously I'm competing today with two of our clients as well. So we've got Gina and Natalie competing also today.
I always love to ask, when it's a couple, if someone's competing and someone isn't, how has it been?
Prep life's interesting at home. It's usually me on depletion and this one off season. Moans I'm eating dust, this one's eating too much. So we sometimes have a few clashes with those, but we get it, we understand it. So we do sort of support each other. So it works.
So have you both ever competed together at the same time?
We've done the couples here. We did 2 years ago, which we got first place for. So yeah, that was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the last time we competed together, wasn't it?
Probably the last time as well.
What was it? I was about to ask you, how did it go? It being the last time.
It went really well, but obviously, like Sarah says, it's good to have one competing, one not competing. So one can be kind of the runaround lackey, and one can be the one who tries to chill out if said one doesn't stress the other one.
Obviously, we all like to know the nitty and gritty of what prep's like, because essentially, like the show days one day, it's like almost like a wedding, I guess. Everything's building up to that day. Like when you did prep together, how did you find it? Like
The refeed after, amazing, because we do go to town on the food, don't we? So it's quite nice to do that. But
It's both good and bad because you know exactly what each other's going through. You're both going through the same stage, but some people handle it better than others, aka Sarah handles dieting a lot better than I do. So it's hard to support each other when you're both going through the same thing, but it can work if you try.
So the dynamic is obviously different this time with yourself coaching and then you prepping. So you're coaching.
I'm coaching
Yeah.
Sarah and obviously...
Just wanted to double check.
That's all right, yeah, I'm coaching Sarah and obviously Gina and Natalie as well. So we've got one, like I said, Natalie Hartley, and the other one, Gina Stevens. They're both competing as well as Sarah.
And how have you found that? Lots of women on prep. There's obviously lots of hormones with us ladies, and then you've got the hangriness. How has that been?
It's not been too bad because, to be fair, we don't starve them. We get to learn our clients, so we know when they can eat less, when they can eat more, and how to get the best out of them, and like to educate them at the same time. So if they're finding things hard, they know to come to us, and they know what things definitely not to do. So as long as you educate them, it makes things a lot easier.
Plus, can't take all the credit. We do have a qualified psychiatrist on our books as well to manage things like pre and post comp blues, and to manage obviously all those emotions as well. So obviously she takes the heat off us also.
I suppose like the reverse diet is a huge thing as well, because it's not literally just what you're eating, it's the mental aspect. Do you reckon your girls, and do you prep guys as well? Yeah. Do they find it helpful?
Personally, I think the boys are worse than girls.
agree with that.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty much big girls. Personally, the girls do handle it a lot better. But that's from a woman's point of view. That's my opinion.
No, I do agree. Women do, but we both find it hard. I think the hardest thing mentally for people afterwards is unless you're competing a few weeks afterwards, the need to put on body fat. They think that they can stay in show day condition all the time. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Plus, it's not healthy. An element of body fat needs to go back on, and I think that's the mental aspect of that people find the hardest is I don't look in the mirror and see my cup body anymore. But that's the coaches where they come into it, telling them that this is needed and everything else, and making sure they're healthy and getting health markers and that checked afterwards and stuff like that as well.
Would you say that the reverse diet is easier for guys or harder?
I wouldn't say it's easier or harder. Like each person is completely different. What should happen is you should bring them up at least to their maintenance food again and throw in one or two foods that they like. So one of our other clients who helps backstage, Janice, we know you get to know your client. She knows savoury foods, so throw in a bag of crisps. Like there's nothing hard. It's 99 calories. It's not going to make them fat at the end of the day, and that's what the reverse dieting should implement in one or two different food groups a week, kind of thing, so that they get back into kind of a normal rhythm of eating, and they're not eating lettuce and chicken all the time. So that's the thing, is getting them back into something they enjoy.
Naughties, but controlled, so
Yeah.
then they don't overindulge basically, and then obviously the post comp blues won't hit as hard as well.
And so for yourselves, in terms of like a coaching aspect, is it mixed for both of you, or does one of you like deal with the guys more and one with the girls?
Pretty much mixed.
It's quite mixed, yeah. I mean, we have clients that have their personal preference, but it's quite mixed amongst the two of us,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just down to personal preference.
Yeah.
Some people just feel more comfortable, but
the majority of us, like you say, are happy for the either of us coaching, and because we both obviously live in the same household, we both know what we're doing with each person, so it's not a case of having to pick up somebody you have know nothing about. We know all of our clients, so we know who needs what done to them and everything else,
Yeah.
and when they're checking in and stuff like that. So
We've got a solid system in place.
yeah,
I suppose with the both of you, you can bounce off of each other. So if you've got a client that's struggling, you can, oh, what do you think we should do about this person?
yeah, no, definitely, because we look at different experiences. Like, I was the opposite. I used to be like really skinny. I used to be like 60 kilos when I was like 18 years old, and then
I used to be a size
Yeah.
20.
Wow.
So yeah, so we both lived. So we kind of
Opposite lives, yeah.
opposite lives. So we both experienced through both journeys. So we can relate to our clients more to be able to help them as well.
and obviously we got 2 kids as well. So obviously people that say find it hard because they've got kids, we can help them prepare around family life and stuff, and can be a bit more empathetic. Understand that unfortunately they can't just be really selfish all the time. They can be selfish, but they've got 2 other kids or potentially 3, 4 other kids to worry
Just
about.
finding the balance, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, working out the family schedule, when you can go to the gym, planning your food, everything like that. So no, it's good to have that sympathetic ear.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing you guys do a lot of first timers as well, or do you have a lot?
Everything really, yeah, we do. People have done it for a few years. People, like you say, brand new. Like say, people have done it maybe a year and not happy, or people have tried to do it themselves and realise I can't do it myself. So
Like they haven't had a placement, so they're like, what else do I do?
exactly, and they just see other people doing things. You see a lot of people that don't have coaches at backstage, and they'll be looking at the people going, "Oh, should I be doing something? I don't know what I should be doing." And have a coach to take that thing off of you. You should need to just be able to chill out. Somebody tell you, right, you're doing this now, and you go, "Yeah, I'm doing that now," and take all the worries away from you.
And advice as a competitor for first timers, is there anything that you'd give? And then separately, sort of advice as a coach for first timers.
Competitor-wise, I'd say enjoy the stage time. Again, you could be prepping anything from 16, 20 plus weeks, like all that time for potentially 60 to 120 seconds on stage. So go up there, smile, enjoy it. If you forget your routine, don't worry. Just enjoy the time on stage, because the judges don't know your routine. So just go with the flow and just soak up all that time on stage.
You got nothing to lose. Go out there, bring out your Sasha Fierce, and just own it for that 60 seconds. And just own it. As literally cherry on top. As if obviously we place, fantastic. If we don't, you've had an amazing experience. So just enjoy the whole process.
And both of you having competed before and being coaches, what are your handles on Instagram if anyone wants to find you?
So we are Instagram Team FAF, and our website is also teamfaf.co.uk. And we've got our Facebook page as well, which is Team FAF Online Coaching.
Yeah.
I nearly forgot to ask, in terms of Pure Elite, why was it Pure Elite that you chose?
Actually, I think it was a friend recommendation back in the day, wasn't it? Because believe it or not, this is actually a Lisa Ferguson famous.
Yeah.
So it was our friends James and Lisa that made the recommendations, and this was like one of our first places that we started out
Like
competing.
3-4 years ago, yeah.
You've been coming back ever since.
Come back
Yeah.
ever since.
Like,
Plus
if,
with
it's not,
clients.
if it's not us, it's the clients. And we're both.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you very much, and make sure you come back and let me know how you've done.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
You